Hello, hello. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmie from Emmie Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So this is a reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Also for your cross watches. Also for people who kind of just find themselves on my live stream with no Pisces in their chart, not dealing with a Pisces, but oops, you find yourself super duper resonating. Okay. So here goes. Pisces, we really have to have a talk, but we're also probably going to laugh. I have a feeling this is some redundant stuff that maybe you're already aware of and you kind of just wanted to ignore it, but you know, we're going to have to address it now, okay? We're going to have to take a really good hard look at what this is and really just deal with it. We're going to deal with it. We're going to neutralize it. And it's something that's going to take us to the next level, the next part of our journey. So, oh, and for those who have been asking when I'm going to do readings for other signs, I've started back up with readings for other signs. You got to catch me on the TikTok. I'm doing readings for all the zodiac signs on TikTok. And for the people who are like, oh my God, your readings are just too long, go to TikTok. It's 60 seconds. All right, here we go. I'm really actually enjoying doing 60-second readings. But I have to be forced to do that. I have to, or else I'm just going to keep going. I'm just an overgiver is what it is. It's true. I'm an overgiver, whatever. Whatever, it's fine. Here we go. I'm almost done. Just 2 more decks. 2 more. Hold on, guys. For some reason, I can't shuffle. All right, here goes. Okay, I guess 2 was supposed to be there. All right. All right, we're ready. We are ready. I'm suddenly nervous. What is this about? I'm like suddenly super nervous. I don't feel like I have a reason to be nervous. I'm wondering if I'm picking up on someone else's feelings. I'm pretty sure I am. If we're going to be very, very honest, I'm pretty sure I'm picking up on someone else's feelings. So let me just hold on. No, none of that. Okay. All right. So card number 26, relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. This is telling me that there is just a lot of stuff going on that has caused you to feel very, very guilty about being yourself. It's caused you to kind of confine yourself within your own space, no commingling, no allowing vulnerability. I don't know if this is like your whole life, meaning across the board for everyone, or if this is regarding specific individuals, or I don't know. But it's like this pulling back into yourself is a feeling that I get. Like maybe you feel as though you pushed yourself out too far. You made yourself too comfortable and maybe got thrown back in your face. Maybe you feel very misunderstood. Maybe you feel very, very like judged. Maybe it's such an intense feeling. It's like, it's like right here. right here, it feels like it's trying to go down into the heart. It doesn't feel like parasitic energy. It feels like your own energy, like you're trying to pull back, pull back yourself. I kind of feel like you're pulling yourself back from maybe connections, friendships, whatever it is, relationships. Wherever you feel you've overextended yourself, maybe it's a sense of feeling like you've overstayed your welcome in friendships, relationships, work things. Pisceans are very sensitive to that type of thing where, you know, if you don't feel welcome, well, then okay. Card number 14, let love grow. I'm wondering if it's time for you to release some of that insecurity, that feeling of like, oh, how would I explain that? I guess like a feeling of, you know, people kind of just tolerating you, people not really wanting you around, but don't really, you know, have it within them to tell you they don't want you around. Pisceans are very sensitive to that too. So you have to let love grow. And if that love needs to grow with other people, other connections, then I guess, yeah, do that. You don't have to confine yourself to specific expectations you have of connections. Not all connections will turn out the way you want it to. Sometimes things just kind of have to end. Sometimes things kind of just, you know, run their course. And sometimes, even though there's an ending of something, it doesn't mean there's a disconnect. It means that for some, it could possibly be an indicator that the connection as you knew it is now ending, but a new type of connection is developing between you and someone else. This can be like a deepening of love, of friendship, just a whole bunch of different possibilities. This could mean so many different things. So you need balance in your life. Take everyone's input into consideration. Merge viewpoints to create a better solution. Take your time. There's no need to rush. I don't know, maybe for some, there needs to be a conversation that's had where you kind of just, you know what, this is what happened. This is how I felt when it was happening. And, you know, maybe for some Pisceans, it's just this like, I don't know how to move forward from this. I don't know how to make things better. I just kind of like, I'm stuck in a place of like, I don't know, disappointment, hurt. You know, for Pisceans, sometimes when you think a connection is much deeper than it actually is, or if you feel like, oh, you know, if you're made to feel like you valued them more than they valued you, sometimes it's very hard for a Piscean to overcome. You know, it can sometimes register as like betrayal, or like, oh, they just played me. They were just pretending. Oh, they were just faking, you know, just like weird shit like that. Pisceans are kind of like that, you know, where instead of us going and like coming to you directly and asking you, like having an actual conversation with you, we'll just kind of create a scenario within our heads. And it's not that we're making shit up. It's more that we're amplifying whatever it is we're picking up on. You know, we're making it much worse sometimes than what it actually is. But the fact is, if your feelings are hurt, your feelings are hurt, and that needs to probably be discussed so that you can, I don't know, so that you can have a better like feeling, not just to feel better, but a very good feeling of where you should go from there, whether that connection really does need to end, or if it's something that, you know, okay, this is just part of our cycle of like forming a deeper connection with each other. Because sometimes we fail to realize that the bonding really comes from experiencing difficulty together. You know, that's why like a lot of relationships these days they don't really go anywhere. They don't go anywhere because of one thing. When the times get tough, we bounce out. I mean, I don't do that, but I don't know. I don't do that with my husband, but I don't know. Maybe I do that with other people. I don't know. I'm not aware. But that's what we have a tendency to do. When the struggle starts, it's like, oh, it's not working. Oh, no, it's over. It's not working. But here's the thing. This is what I learned from my husband. The more difficulty we experience together and then choose to walk forward from together, that's the deeper our bond becomes. That's the very thing, that struggle that you guys overcome together. That's the very thing that forges a deeper bond. A lot of relationships right now, friendships, whatever it is, a lot of them are based on superficial connections. And we just kind of romanticize that superficial connection and make it into something that really, it doesn't have that depth yet. Trauma bond pushing. Exactly. It's trauma bonding. We're romanticizing the trauma bonding. And then we get triggered. And then we realize, oh shit, it's not a real bond. Or we give up on something because being there forces us to grow. And we just don't want to. We're not ready for that. We kind of want to take our time. It's scary. Growth is scary. It's okay for you to recognize that your growth is scary, because it's scary for most people. Your participation is necessary. Okay. If you really truly want to grow, you have to participate in your growth. You have to allow yourself to be fully present, both hands in there, stick both your feet in there, get real deep in that and grow yourself. Allow for it to happen. Oftentimes our growth doesn't even really take any effort outside of being fully present. Because really, I mean, I look at how I deal with a lot of my connections with other people, and y'all think that I have shit figured out and I'm amazing at communication. In my personal connections, I can't communicate shit. It's the truth. I can't communicate much of anything. And the thing is this, the best way for me to process my life is just to allow myself to be present. And usually people's reactions or like what they choose to do in that moment, whether it's like try and tell me like, hey, look, there needs to be a conversation, or hey, look, I'm out. That kind of forces me into the next step, which is still being fully present and allowing myself to witness what my decisions, my lack of action, or the actions I choose, the results of that. Life is like one big experiment. We're testing causation and effect. And some of the most powerful lessons come from me just being present and listening to people. Yeah. I'm very good at communicating when I'm defensive too. Yeah, it's just, we have to be present in our life. We have to allow ourselves to really, really just, what the fuck just happened? Whoa, wait, what? Okay, I'm paying attention now. So many of us still hold hope for our growth, hope for connectivity, hope for a deepening, ripening connection, hope for all sorts of different things. But if we don't have hope and pair it with a risk, taking that risk on whatever it is we're hoping for, I don't know that really goes anywhere. I don't know that really will take you to the next level of being, because so many of us refuse to take risks, and then we wonder how come we're not growing in the ways that we feel we should. Well, because you wouldn't take the risk. You kept yourself confined in your safety zone, your comfort zone. And I mean, the places in which you're comfortable, is there any room to grow? Years ago, I was having conversations with my husband regarding work. He had been, was it Sony or Intel? I don't know. One of the companies. He had been there for so long. And I was like, are you sure you want to stay there? If there's no more room for growth, there's really no point in staying there if it's just comfortable, you know, because if you're putting in all this time from your life and you don't have the potentiality of higher levels, what's the point? And it came down to comfort. Comfort oftentimes breeds complacency. It breeds stagnation. You know, if all you want to do is be comfortable, I don't know. I mean, I guess, but don't be surprised if you don't grow as much as you want to. Michael is telling me to make the analogy of working out. If you stay at the same weight that's comfortable for you to lift, you're probably not going to grow. You're not going to experience hypertrophy. That's where you grow muscle. I forget the fucking term. But yeah, that required, like, I went through this process of growing my thighs. I wanted to have really thick thighs for a season. And that required quite a bit of exiting my comfort zone, doing movements that really felt very unstable for me in the beginning. When I began leg pressing, my knees felt so fucking unstable. But with the proper support, with a proper form, I went from extremely unstable knees to being able to leg press over 500 pounds. And I did that very quickly, very, very quickly. Within maybe, I don't know, like 2-3 months, I was able to accomplish that. I went from like 150-pound leg press to over 500. But it takes the proper support, the proper mindset, and the proper form. If you're going to go about your growth all willy-nilly and just like be throwing your weight around because you think you're powerful, because in your head you've reached some level of label, I don't know. Let me know how that goes. Card number 36, which the magic you seek is inside of you. Let it flow. Everything you're looking for outside of you is already contained within. All you're really looking for is an existence of whatever's an internal circumstance. Proof of its existence outside of you. And why do you need that proof? Because you're afraid of being different. That's why. When I was able to see that there are others who, I mean, I still haven't met anyone that actually truly does what I do. It's still, the work that I do still feels so different from other types of modalities. But I did have a moment where I was exposed to writings that it verified for me, it confirmed for me these things that were inside of me, these thoughts, these concepts, the applied biospiritual theories that I had been like contemplating my entire life. It gave it gravity because it was someone I didn't know, someone who never heard my internal thoughts, that I kept very, very silent. And they were saying the same things that I was already thinking. So because I found something that existed outside of me, it helped to validate what I already knew within. So sometimes that's all we need. Just knowing we're not alone in this, knowing that we probably aren't crazy, because many of us think we're crazy. Many of us think like, oh, I'm just making this up in my head. You probably not. You probably not. Much of what you're contemplating probably is rooted in some sort of like download from soul. Okay. So what do you feel? Do you feel your growth? Or do you feel more of the same disbelief that you could possibly be anything more than what you think you are? What do you feel? What do you feel? And are you allowing yourself to be distracted by your day-to-day living so that you don't have to feel? What do you feel? I've spent the past, so it's almost 2021. I've spent the past 5 years just trying to allow myself to feel so that I can understand what this is that people see that makes them feel that I'm somehow different. And I'm finally at a point where it's like, oh, I am different. Even in the spiritual circles, I am different. It's okay. It's not a comparison in that sense. It's more like I'm trying to understand the gravity of me. And sometimes the only way to understand the gravity of you is to kind of compare yourself to your environment. What's the differences you're noticing? And then explore those differences even more. Okay. So it's time to go on an adventure. Really allow yourself to explore your depths. Okay. Pisceans, you will not drown in your own waters. These are your birth waters. And just like a baby in utero, that neonate does not drown in its own amniotic fluid. It really, really doesn't. And that fluid comes from you. I don't know if you guys know this. That amniotic fluid, I hear it gets replaced, I think like, I want to say like every 2 to 3 days. And so it was just this very interesting fact that I came up. Hold on. How often is amniotic fluid replaced? In the 5th month, the fetus also begins to drink amniotic fluid, 400 milliliters a day. Close to the end of the pregnancy, the amniotic fluid is replaced all 3 hours. So every 3 hours, that amniotic fluid is replaced. Do you know what amniotic fluid is? After a certain point, that amniotic fluid is the baby's pee. It comes from you. You're bathing in your own essences. No joke. No joke. You're bathing in your own essences. You're not going to drown in that, okay? Adventures. Take an adventure. Stop worrying about drowning. Stop worrying about not being able to swim. All you have to do is be present. That's it. Like literally, all you have to do is be present. So take the time to review the details carefully. You will win in the end. Fair and objective decisions. And I'm wondering if this whole winning thing is just reaching higher levels of consciousness. You know, I don't feel like you are fighting someone. I feel like whoever is presented to you that creates so much conflict for you, I feel like those people are nothing more than external projections of your internal circumstance. I feel like they are the physical manifestation of what you're doing to yourself. And this isn't just a theory. This is what I've lived over and over and over again. Anytime I begin to attack myself quietly, silently, because people have a tendency to see me and assume I'm just like fucking uber confident. I don't know why y'all do that. I don't know why you guys think that, but then I begin to fight myself. I begin to, have these specific thoughts, and I find that the people who try to start shit with me, they are saying the same shit that I'm saying about myself to myself very silently. You can't keep secrets from creation, and creation will 100% of the time throw those secrets back in your face. And the people who are used to do this oftentimes don't understand that what they're being used for. They're just super duper convinced that they have to do this. Why is that? Is it because they really hate you? Or is it because without even understanding, they're being used as tools by your soul? So do we need to be upset with someone, or do we need to recognize what our soul is trying to get us to recognize? Do we need to allow ourselves to go through the process that takes us to that elevated level of self-realization, where you realize who you actually are? Even just a little fragment of the truth of you, that can be so empowering. I've reached just a I've reached just a smidge of an understanding of who I am and what I'm potentially here for. And um, it's empowering. It's really empowering to know that even I cannot stop myself from ascending to a level of greatness that my soul had already planned for me. 75% at 857, 75857. Divine completion leading to change, leading to reunification, that leads to change, that further leads to divine completion. It's a mirroring. As above, so below. It's a mirroring. So we're in denial, and this denial is leading to our lack of obedience to our own souls. It's time for us to become so obedient to our own souls. This is not about obedience to someone outside of you. This is about allowing your soul to guide you to the places within yourself, outside of yourself, that will lead you to higher levels of understanding of yourself. Oh, that's so sad. Okay. Oh, that is so sad and poetic at the same time. Okay. So card number 40, Sacred Fool. If you're feeling like you're being made a fool of, it's probably your own thoughts that are causing this feeling. The only one in control here is your higher self. No one else can force you into anything. No one else can do any of that. Everything you experience in life is something you're needing to experience in this life, including the really horrible, terrible shit. Me saying this is not me excusing away people hurting you. It is me helping you to understand. It's not because you're a bad person. You are not being punished. Horrible shit tends to happen, and that horrible shit tends to teach us at an elevated level. In no way am I saying it's your fault. In no way am I saying that's what you deserve. I am saying it's already happened. So let's look for the empowering parts of what's happened. Let's not stop at this concept of someone has victimized you. Let's empower ourselves by shifting the way we see this. Someone had malicious intent. They committed malicious acts against me. How am I going to empower myself? Well, by recognizing that person really had no power. My higher self allowed for specific events so that I can really learn at an elevated manner. Does it make it okay that someone attempted to victimize me? No, it doesn't. Do I need to stop at my growth where I'm just going to limit myself to seeing myself as your victim? No, I'm not, because no matter what you fucking do, it's happening to me to grow me. You are not an important part of my journey. You are simply an impetus that leads to my decision to grow myself. So now that you've done what you needed to do, you need to be removed, and I need to focus on how I'm going to grow myself. And that's all it is. That's all it is. No one can play you for a fool. Everything that happens in your life is things you need to experience, the good and the bad, the painful and the beautiful. These are the things that will grow your sense of self. Okay. Now, card number 16, what you want wants you. Do you understand the process it takes to get to where you need to be? Because you don't go from a diamond in the rough to a precious gem without first being cut. What you want wants you. But do you have any idea of the process it takes to get to whatever it is you're trying to get to? And that's something we tend to not think about. That is something we tend to like, oh, but I want it, so it's going to be easy. You are worth the fight. You are worth the process that you will encounter, endure, in order to achieve the type of growth necessary to become whatever it is you're supposed to be. You are worth that process. You are worth every single struggle, every single tear. I'm not talking about you crying over someone else. I'm talking about you allowing yourself to cry because as a part of your process, parts of you that you become comfortable with need to be allowed to wither and die so new parts of you can rise up. That requires the processing of grief. How many of you have at some point, I don't even know who I am anymore? Because the person you knew yourself to be has withered and died. You can't pretend that doesn't hurt. You can't pretend that you're okay with that if you're not okay with it. You just can't. And this refusal to feel, this refusal to acknowledge and respect your own needs. I mean, if there was someone out there on the streets that you didn't know and they were crying because they lost someone, would you be like, buck up, girl? Stop wasting your time. Don't waste your tears. Or would you be like, are you okay? Just let go. Release it. Cry it out. You'll feel better. Do you want a hug? Do you want me to just sit with you? How many of you would do that? Yeah, we can't do that for ourselves. So, I mean, if you're not going to do that for yourselves, you have to at least be able to allow yourself to laugh about life. Emmie, why do you laugh so much? Because some shit is fucking funny. If I can't find the humor in some of the shit that happens in my life, I will be a very, very miserable, very unhappy, very broken person. Well, oh my God, life is serious. Why are you going to laugh about it? Because if I don't laugh about it, I will then start to think of ways to hurt you. So instead, I have to laugh about it. Like, you fucking silly hoe, you really thought you would break me, okay? You're such a fucking silly hoe. I mean, what's a better way to deal with it? And whatever ideas you come up with, that's best for you. It's not best for me. I give myself permission to cope in whatever way I cope. And if I got to laugh and call you a silly hoe and you don't like it, well, then why'd you volunteer to be my silly hoe? I'm just saying. I didn't recruit you. You volunteered for that shit. So now you get the silly hoe label slapped on your ass. Move it along. Card number 19. Feel loved and proud. Feel loved and feel proud. Some people will be like, oh, pride is so evil. Why? Let's define pride. A feeling of deep pleasure or satisfaction derived from one's own achievements, the achievements of those with whom one is closely associated, or from qualities or possessions that are widely admired. Consciousness of one's own dignity. Pride is an emotional state deriving positive effect from the perceived value of a person or thing with which the subject has an immediate connection or intimate connection. Okay, so why is pride evil? Because we're taught that. I've heard that so much, that, you know, it's bad and wrong and a sin to be prideful. So you shouldn't feel pride, meaning a feeling of deep pleasure or satisfaction derived from your own achievements. You shouldn't be happy about your growth, but there's no teachings that tell you to release other people's condemnations of you and allow yourself to live with dignity and grace. There's no. There's, you know, you can't feel good about yourself. Heaven fucking forbid you feel good about yourself. Oh, now I'm triggered. Now I'm triggered. It's making my lungs hurt. I'm really triggered. Okay, I'm like super triggered. Card number 3, isolation. We are icing ourselves out. We are supposed to be high priestess of water, yet we isolate ourselves. If you allow some of that heat from some of that rage to melt that ice, you then return to the next stage, which is the high priestess of water. Card number 3 and card number 4. This is the next step. You go from freezing yourself out to now turning into water. Okay? So, and 3 plus 4 is 7. When you allow yourself to go from this stage to this stage, you're combining the two and you're entering a phase of divine completion. So then we have rigid. If you allow yourself to remain rigid, you're going to bring up walls that keep others out and help you keep yourself feeling like kind of safe. But in that safety, you are imprisoning yourself. Okay? It's time for you to enter into this knowing that you are safe in your life. That no matter what happens to grow you, you will push through it. Not only will you push through it, you will rise above it and you will reach a deeper sense of self. So this is movement basically in all directions. Okay? This is movement in all directions. Everything that happens to you in your life can grow you in some way if you allow it. But you have to allow it. Without that allowance, my mom used to use the term allowance. I never received allowance like, other American children. Because she used to tell me, I'm not Americano. I am Filipina. I'm not Americano. Shit. Oh, fuck. Fine. Why you raise me here then? Take me back to my fucking country. No, I would never say that shit to her. I would get slapped. I've never been slapped. Because I know my place and I play my role. I'm joking. I'm so fucking around. Let me stop. But allowance, she used to tell me, like, you have to give allowance because I would overstep shit. I mean, you have to give space, okay? You have to give space. Allow yourself to have enough wiggle room. All right, here, guys. We'll pull 4. Okay. Knight of Cups, an invitation or opportunity may soon arise. Advancement, attraction, inducement, challenge, proposal. So I'm kind of wondering if this is what we go through, whatever this is that we're going through to get to the next level. I'm wondering if it's going to be, we're going to start a new cycle. And maybe that's why we had to, do whatever we had to do for the purging so that we could reach a deeper sense of wiggle room. Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. You had to do jobs around the house to go on a school trip from primary school. Every job was £250, gardening, cleaning, cupboards, car, fridge, and freezer. I didn't even get the $250. And I had to do more than that. Not all of us had to do. I had to do that because but you're the girl. I come from a patriarchal society. You're the girl. I'm a man. What are you talking about? King of Swords. A person who may pursue a matter to ruin, conflict, selfishness, sadism. A dangerous or wicked person. One who causes unnecessary disturbance and sadness. Fuck. That's what's going to be brought to induce your next ascension cycle. Is this for all of us? Tell me this is not for all of us. Tell me this is... I don't mean to throw anyone under the bus, but tell me that's just for a select few. I don't want to be part of that select few. Hold up. I got to get my... Bish, please clarify. Is this message for these 2 cards for all of us? Quit lying, girl. Are these 2 cards a message for only a select few? Fucking stop lying, girl. Oh my God. Did we not just fucking end a cycle? I swear to God. Oh my God. Am I going to kill somebody this time? Oh, that's right. Because I'm just here to be fucking picked on. Jesus Christ. I feel the vein starting to pop out of my neck. I'm just saying. We are so sick of this shit. We are so sick of this shit. We are so sick of your shit. Just saying. Fucking Nine of Swords. Miscarriage, anxiety over a loved one, worry, despair. So, okay, we're not sick of this shit. I think this is a message that if you're not going to follow through, your growth is going to be miscarried. I'm about to just eat my fucking feelings today. I'm just saying. Tell me something funny, Michael. Tell me something funny. The Chariot in reverse. Failure, sudden collapse of plans, unrealistic plans. I cannot leave this reading like this. Oh, God, why can't you laugh about this, Emmie? Because I fucking understand what the message is. I can't laugh about everything, you guys. I can't laugh about everything. Laughter has to be authentic. I can't just fake laugh shit. Please. I can't fake laugh. Gotta be a real laugh. You know what it is. I need some fucking CBD is what it is. What is this? This was in my lap. King of Winter, knowledgeable, experienced, fair-minded, unemotional. Good advice from someone professional and objective. Public speaking. Unemotional relationships. This obviously has nothing to do with me because I'm very emotional right now. I don't know. Is something outside of you? What is this about? Oh, what is this about? Okay. So there's movement. There looks like fairy wings. There's a little pouch that's brought to my attention. So I'm kind of getting that this has some potentiality with twin flame stuff, twin race stuff. Unemotional relationships. I'm wondering if you need to allow communication between the higher selves. This is not about the human beings, okay? This is not about the human beings. This is about the higher selves. And allow for higher levels of communication. And I'm wondering if that higher level of communication has to do with giving you some sort of energetic support. Because if this period is going to be a very challenging one, it's going to be something that you probably will need support. I'm being shown once again this image of me, because I would do like the inverted leg presses. You have to lay flat on your back and your feet go up like that. I would need to properly support my knees. So it's still me doing the repetitive load lifting, but there's support around the structures that are compromised. So I'm wondering if there's emotional structures within yourself that are needing to be braced by that twin ray energy. Just the wrapping around it. Wait, what is? Wrapping around. It's a wrapping around, and they're holding that space and allowing that power of theirs to wrap around. Not like friends, y'all need to be lovers. It's not any of that. This is an energetic process that needs to be allowed. I'm feeling good. I'm about to be a fucking, I need to carry this on the website. I swear by this brand. I swear by this brand. I didn't realize that I'm compatible with extremely low levels of THC. Full spectrum CBD oil. I didn't know what full spectrum meant. I just fucking stopped on the side of the road and bought some. And then because my tooth, it was fucked up. I had my tooth removed. And I don't know if y'all remember, I had a golf ball right here. And The moment I dropped some in my mouth, I was like, this is not CBD. This tastes like THC. But it totally numbed all the pain, and it addressed the swelling pretty quickly. So, okay. It has less than 0.3% of THC. The blood exchange there, it's very thin. It goes into your bloodstream pretty quickly. And that's why they put the nitro pill under your tongue if you're having a heart attack. Card number 26, be true to your heart. Just be true to yourself. Be true to what you need. Let yourself express what it is you need. Allow for release. Allow. Card number 13, renewal of peace. 26 and 13. It's cutting that in half. Okay, cut the load that you carry on your shoulders in half, and hopefully you'll experience some peacefulness. Card number 28, bountiful harvest. You are manifesting the life that you need. The life that you need is not devoid of struggle and pain. The life that you need will provide you with all the opportunities, connections, and pain that is necessary for your growth. Clean that bitch with some fire. Clean it with some fire, some of that holy fire. I think everything's gonna be fine. I really do. Everything's gonna be fine. You will get through whatever this cycle is. Just know there's gonna be some trick ass hoes trying you again. They're just silly hoes. Don't hold it against them. Just keep moving without them. You know, just move forward without them. Allow yourself to experience a sense of totality where whatever parts of you they're trying to tear down or take away from you, whatever growth, they just can't, because that's a part of you. It's yours. What? Yeah, right. Silly ass hoes. Don't mind the hoes, for real. Don't mind the hoes. Allow yourself to grow in whatever way you need, okay? So that does it for this reading. Catch me on TikTok. Catch me on TikTok. I'm going to be doing readings for all the other signs. I'm going to try and do that daily. Yeah, don't just go look at the readings. Can you just follow me there too? If you don't have a TikTok, start one just to watch me so you can comment. It's good. It's good. I gotta go. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me when I'm live. But most importantly, start giving my videos a thumbs up so that way we can override the bullshit that YouTube is doing to my videos. They are removing all kind of shit. I said a few things that they didn't want me to say. All of it is truth. So fuck them anyways. All right. I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.